so I don't have to be up here in front doing it.
Yeah, right there. That's a good spot.
Well, I just want to, an experience I've had, my dad was diagnosed with bladder cancer last June and did not want to have surgery. They ended up doing a resection in October on him, which the tumor was about, we've actually got pictures of it here, it was about that big around. And then they kept looking at it to make sure it wasn't growing, but they found it was growing. In November, it was actually bigger. They'd taken it off in October, November, it was larger. And this last time they did the resection was December 12th of last year, of 07. And he was very adamant. He's 84 years old, let me say that first. So he's lived a long life, he's in great health, but he's got bladder cancer. And he just told me, he said, I don't want to have the surgery. What's my options here? And Dave and I have been talking about this machine for quite some time. And with the help of our speaker tonight, Ms. Easton, gave me some special codes to run on my dad with this machine. And so for 60 days, from December 15th to the end of February, he treated himself. I didn't do it for him. He did it all himself. And we went in to the doctor March the 6th. He was going in to have his prep done, going into the hospital to have his surgery. He was going to do that on March the 6th. On February the 22nd, I believe it was, he talked to the doctors. He said, I don't want to have this surgery. I feel better. I want you to take a look. And so they took a look that day with a scope, and the doctor said, I don't see a tumor anymore. There's none there. He said, there's a pink area where we did the resection, but the tumor is gone. They still kept the surgery scheduled. They wanted to go in and take a biopsy and look at it again. They went in and took a biopsy, and there were still some cancer cells there, which everything I've read said there's still going to be some cancer cells there, but the tumor was no longer visible. It was gone. About a month ago, he went back in. They did CAT scans, they did PET scans, they did bone scans, they did x-rays, and they also looked with a scope, and they couldn't find anything. But they still wanted to remove his bladder. This was the interesting part. Yeah. They were adamant about you're in great shape, we've got it in remission, and we want to see what just take this thing out, that way you won't be bothered with it. But they couldn't tell him what the prognosis was going to be. He kept saying, well, if you take it out, am I going to have problems? He said, we can't tell you whether you are or whether you aren't, but you're in good shape, so we want to take it out. And he's 84, kind of ornery. Island met him today, so she can attest to his orneriness. But he just said, no, I'm not going to do it. And they could not give us any good reason why they could. It wasn't there anymore. And for 2 or 3 days after that, they kept calling him, trying to get him to come in to have surgery. But he's scheduled every 60 days to have a scan and have it looked at. But right now, he's cancer. The tumor's gone, mysteriously just went away.
Can't imagine what caused it, right?
Yeah.